Syracuse leads 24-7, 21 points off turnovers for Syracuse, tied for their most in a game over the last 20 seasons. Fran Brown is with us now and got to watch all those highlights. Coach, you get to live it live, but now you get to re-watch it before you go watch film.
I'm happy to show the other ones. Don't show them all the whole time. They kept going down the field. I mean, I thought they did a really good job, though. That coach had those guys fighting the entire time, all the way till the last snap, honestly. You know, just take my hat off to him and his program and what he's done over the last 10 years. I hope that we're able to follow those same footsteps.
Coach, I'm like, are you just drained? I see you jumping around on the sideline. I know it's mentally taxing.
He was hitting the boys earlier in pre-game warm-up.
I like playing. I like playing. I mean, it's football. You get a chance to play and got to keep them energized. I think guys get on the sideline and they just like want to stand and be stiff and think like, all right, cool. I'm not Tom Landry or Vince Lombardi, so I'm going to do what I like to do and be myself as long as I'm still following the man above. And I just know what it takes to keep these young men like energized and wanting to play and wanting to be able to play for you also.
Yeah, well, you're doing that, and it's pretty easy to see. You guys were over 50% in your first, true ACC road game, your first game outside on the road in this type of environment. You also threw it for nearly 350 yards. What does that say about your quarterback, that he's able to manage the game so well and still be an electrifying player?
I mean, he's a leader. Like, he's like one of the coaches. He's in the building just as much as the coaches. Wow. So when the ball's in his hands, I'm always comfortable. He knows how to make plays, knows the right things to do, especially when it's like a middleweight, or 2-minute things of that nature. I mean, when you look at it, I believe that like college football is starting to get closer to how the NFL is. It's always coming down to the final couple drives of the game, and I'm happy that we have him at our helm because he makes it easy and more comfortable for a head football coach because we do it so much in practice.
How much easier has he made it for you year one as a head coach and helping you build the culture?
Really easy. Him and Fidel Diggs, Chestnut, Rondé Gaddison, like all of those guys, like naturally just like listen to everything I've done. I always told, like, as a man, all you have is your name and your word. And everything I tell them I'm going to do, I make sure I cash it out and go do it the right way, because if you slip up and not do that, then that's when they start to go opposite. But they push the culture. I'm trying to make it their football team. We just got to learn how to stop, like, losing. A lot of things that we done towards the end of that game right there, it's still like, guys, we still got that losing mentality a little bit. Like, we start turning around, talking to the fans. I was like, none of them are playing. Like, why are you doing those things? So it's like those little things that I knew what would happen in the game, because in y'all head, I see y'all waving at them. And then now it's really not over. Like, let's not do that. So we still do a lot of stuff that we beat ourselves, and we just got to be able to fix that. And then I think our culture will be more ingrained, but it's like, it's about 80%. It's not completely the way it's supposed to be. And you can see that sometimes academically. I have too many guys late one day, and it's like, oh, now we're going to pay for this at practice. You got to go in class sometimes. You got to do it. So I know if you're not going to class, which don't require talent, the right way all the time,
it's a fact.
Then why would you do the right thing on third down? Or why would you stay deep in cover two when they start to scramble? Like, why would you? It don't require talent to do that. So I think it's a direct correlation, so I just always like look at it that way.
Coach, coming into this game, we said that in order for you guys to have a successful day, obviously offense got to roll, but then start fast and get this crowd out of it too. I played here before. It's a loud environment. It's at night. You had 3 takeaways and also 17% on third down for NC State. That's really impressive. What's your message on a weekly basis to your defense?
We just go daily, and we got to get the ball. Guys, don't worry about the big play. What's the next play? Big play is going to happen. That's football. These guys are on scholarship. These guys are a really good football team. But what are you going to do the next play? And most guys can't respond, and they still got their head down. So I'm always like, I'll put them in a bad situation in practice on purpose, and then, okay, let's see what you do next play. God, coach, that was offsides. No, it wasn't. That was on them. And we do that to the defense a lot. So, like, sometimes they were able to still respond to the next play and get them all set with that. And you just got to put them in those situations, I believe, during practice, and it allows them to be able to help out during the game. And, like, one thing that we did have was we wanted to be able to empty the stands by the end of the fourth quarter. It was like how you start to look at, how when you go a place in this pack, and I said, listen, guys, you guys don't understand this, but as it keeps going on, they're just going to start to leave. And they'll start to leave, and before you know it, it'll be all of your guys there. And, like, that's when you're becoming a good football team. So that was something. Now, when I played here a long time ago, it stayed packed the entire game.
They got us one night, too.
Oh, it beat the brakes off us when I was here.
Coach, you've shown a lot of humility in this new role as head coach. You mentioned quite often that you're always learning. And what have you learned lately? Anything new?
It's just really hard. Like, every day there's something new that can happen that I wasn't prepared for or I didn't understand. And I think we got a really good athletic director. So I'm able to just call him and talk to him, because I told look, you know, it's my first time being a head coach. You took a chance for me. We got to do this together. So I call him and I ask him questions, and then I've been fortunate enough to coach with Kirby Smart and Will Muschamp, and they are always there for me.
Right.
Like, I mean, I text and call them all the time, you know, and I take full advantage of that, of being able to do that, and talking to Coach Bobo, just because, like, they know how to win, and I just want to build a winning program and not just, like, a one good football team.
Right.
And all Coach Smart told me, like, last week, when we did something, he was like, good win. Remember, nothing's bigger than the culture. And I was like, text him something. Yeah, I hear all that. Nothing's bigger than the culture.
Right.
And I just kept saying that all week in practice because that's like what I heard him say and what I was thinking about. So I just kept telling them, like, it's about the culture, guys. It's the culture. It's certain dudes. Like, we got a couple flags on some guys that I don't believe are completely bought into the freaking culture.
Right.
So that's why that flag came. Cause we tell you to run off the field at practice, and you're lazy behind jog. So then it comes
Speaking
to the
of
game.
flags, that kicking penalty, what was that all about? What did they say?
They said we was over the center or we tapped them a little bit or something like that. And, you know, whatever they say is always right because they only take the flag back, so it's obviously right. So I don't send nothing in Monday. Coach, I ain't got time for that. I ain't taking it back. So I'm like, if I send it in, they're going to be mad at me next week.
I was going to say, if you want to learn something, be nice to those.
I do. I'll be nice at first, and then when I don't get so many calls, it's just like, nah, I ain't talking to you. I'll be telling them, I'm not talking to y'all no more. I ain't got time for y'all. I'm going to call it for them anyway. So it's funny. Nah, I think our officials did a good job, especially the guys today. They really was teaching and talking to me. I tell them that though, like, look, I'm not gonna know all these rules and all the things. Right. You know, y'all been coaching, doing this a long time. Right. Tell me, like, educate me on what I should do. Don't make me look stupid on TV. So I just tell them that.
Hey, Coach, we always talk about how you're such a player's coach, and one thing that they caught on camera today, Jackson Meeks, first of all, had an outstanding day, and I know he came to Syracuse. Big reason is because you're the coach. Your handshake that you guys have afterwards.
Oh, we shook. Oh, what? When we
you have, yeah, you got a whole.
Just certified striker. Like, we like contact, so it's a certified striker.
You have handshakes with most of your guys?
Yeah, well, most of the players, the DBs, we got one. Special teams guys, I got one. Me and LeQuint got one. It's just different ones that you have with guys. Just because, you know, I'm throwing that like fun. So here's right here.
Yeah, here you go.
There you go.
I got to wait because I know you're a former DB yourself. We see DBs all the time that do all this, and it'd be an incomplete pass, the ball be 5 yards over the receiver head, Coach. You believe?
Nah, you can't do that. So I don't like this when they do it, right? I just be like, yo, just real close, real subtly, just put the little seatbelt and keep it moving. Because when he catch it, you're not going to do that. Exactly. So, let's not do that. Like, let's just get back, act like you've been there. Third down, come to the sideline. You can do whatever dance you want. But, like, don't, you try not to do that. I'm trying to keep it away from it.
Coach, it was a pleasure having you on the ACC Huddle in person for the first time after a win with your Syracuse Orange.
Because you guys don't bring the losing coach up, right?
No.
Oh.
I'm thankful to be up here, right?
So we hope and we know that there will be many more, Coach.
Yeah, God willing, let's just pray for us, all right?
Amen, Coach. We got to switch you out, though, because your quarterback's coming.
Oh, that's a good guy to have. See, thank you for putting me up first.
Yeah.
Because he always, he's just too darn intelligent, and he always makes it look bad when I come up after him. Right. So, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for you guys. I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
God bless you, man.
God bless you, too.
Two of the best in the biz.